Hi folks, this video is brought to you by Viking Electronics. My name is Andrew and today we are talking about entry phones. This video is aimed at giving you a framework to identify what your customer is really looking for in terms of an entry phone. Viking solutions have features such as cameras, card readers, proximity access, keypad entry, the ability to let people in, buzz a door, so to speak. And they range from all the way from your gigantic multi-tenant user buildings to single push button small call box you might see outside a really nice home gate or vehicle entryway. And so how do you take it from all these options and narrow it down to this one solution that's going to work for your customer? That's what this video today is about. Before we dive in any further, there are going to be links in the description section to all the products that I'm going to talk about today and just kind of mention in passing. I'm not going into a lot of detail, so be sure to check out the links below after the video is over for more learning, for more information, and definitely feel free to give us a call or an email. So I'd like to start by asking if the customer's phone system is analog or if it's voice over IP. This question typically cuts my options in half, which is a lot easier to manage. Sometimes there's actually not a phone system involved. The customer wants something to be standalone, totally separate. And that's good to know up front too, because that's definitely going to affect my solution, but I will get into that a little bit later. After learning about the phone system, I like to ask questions to narrow down the field a little bit further. So I actually put together a list of some questions my coworkers and I use to kind of get to that point. Is this a commercial application? How many doors are involved? Do they need keyless entry? Do they need to trigger a door strike? Who is answering the calls from the entry phone? Do they want a camera? Will the entry phone be installed outdoors? Will it be surface mounted? And does it need to be vandal resistant are some really common questions that we use. This is by no means an exhaustive list. We know that it's just kind of a way to get you started. But we want to hear actually what questions you're asking and what the results are. So please leave a comment below. These questions should put you in the ballpark of what exactly your customer is looking for. And from here you can really start identifying which Viking series is going to be the right way to go. A customer needing a really full feature set is probably a great candidate for like the K1700 series. Maybe it's like a large condominium or a big office. If they've got multiple doors, I'm probably going to try to steer them towards our IP phones. Those are a little bit easier to manage when you've got lots of them. But if they are still analog, I would probably put them with C4000 controller. If the application is more stripped down, maybe it's like a small office suite or a manufacturing plant or warehouse, or maybe even it's a residence, I'm probably going to steer more towards my K1200 series or my E series or my W series entry phones. In these basic applications, I've found people tend to want to steer towards IP phones, IP solutions, but I found that analog works just as well. It really depends on the equipment that's on site, the existing wiring infrastructure, as well as ultimately what the customer wants to do. Let us know what you think analog or IP in the comments section. There are definitely solid solutions in both worlds. Okay, so let's step back for a second and say that the customer doesn't have a phone system or they don't want to tie into the phone system. They want their entry phones to be totally standalone. This almost always leads me down the path of an analog solution for the fact that they're a little more affordable and they don't have to authorize on a network or with some kind of server in order to operate. If they have a larger solution, adding an AES 2000 series phone is going to work really well for smaller applications that still have to dial out to a cell phone or maybe a roving employee or a remote office or something like that. E-series entry phone with a C250 controller is going to be a great option. Or if it's really just as simple as, hey, I want to call point A to point B, you could use a W-series phone with an SRC-1 controller. Okay, one last thing before we wrap up. When talking about IP solutions, there's one topic that's really important to address here, and that's the security of the customer's access point. Viking's IP solutions have an onboard relay built right into the device, so it makes for a really simple one device solution to most access points, entry systems. However, some people need high security. They don't like that relay to be right at the door. Viking makes a model RC-4A. There's a link to the RC4A in the description below for more information. It is a great solution for helping those people who do need a little extra security for their application. Thanks for taking time to brush up on door entry with Viking Electronics. I sincerely hope you've learned something here that can help you be more successful. It is a really big industry. Let us know what you learned down in the comments section below. Check out the description for more links. Click like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. I'm Andrew with Viking Electronics. I will see you next time. A couple of my coworkers and I put together a list of questions we asked. Is this a commercial application? How many doors are involved? Do they need keyless entry? Do they need to trigger a door strike? Who's answering the calls from the entry phone? Do they want a camera? Will it be surface mounted? Does it need to be vandal resistant?